Welcome back. Now it's time to introduce you to my dear guest today, Mrs. Nesreen Nasr El Deen. She is an independent management consultant in the area of management and leadership. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
And you are also a professor at the American University in Cairo? You teach
yes,
human
actually, I work in collaboration with the American University in Cairo to deliver training programs pertaining to the executive education level. And also partnering with other organizations and multinational companies in the area of management.
Okay, well, get ready because we have a lot of questions for you. But first, we're going to take a look at your profile, and then we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, Mrs. Nesreen, I would like to know from the beginning, why did you choose this field in particular?
Actually, I would say that human capital development is my bread and butter. I have been working in the area of business for the last 18 years. I carry forward an extensive experience in banking of 8 years, in addition to another 3 years in the area of IT system implementation. I've been working as a training consultant for the last 9 years. And let me say that throughout my experience, I have seen so many people change and so many people become, I would say, influential leaders in their areas of business. So I think this is what we really need at this point in time.
This is the importance of human resources.
Exactly, exactly. This is what will really create a difference, I would say, during the next few years to come.
Okay, let me tell you what I think, and you tell me how do you see this, because I think that the private sector is investing a lot when it comes to human resources, unlike the public sector. Because in the public sector, the people get promoted according to the year during which they hired, so it's a hierarchy that goes by time, regardless of their contribution to the institution they're working in. Unlike the private sector, which is very competitive and people have to work really hard in order to get promoted or get a bonus or rewarded or whatever. How do you see this?
Yes, I would say that definitely if we look at, as you said, in private companies, there has been actually for the last 5 or 6 years here in Egypt, there has been a special focus on sort of enhancing the quality of leaders. And when I'm talking really about leadership, I believe that it is the decisive factor to affect changes in terms of the economy here in Egypt. Because if we actually look at it, we will realize that if there is any change to happen, it has to start at the top level.
Yes.
So when we talk about enhancing and improving the quality of leaders, that would actually involve working on equipping them with different skills, the ability to cope with change like times we have been through, and to let out the best they can actually do in terms of their businesses. Okay. So I believe that to focus on enhancing the quality of leaders in the coming years, definitely it's an essential and decisive point. In terms of, as you said, I mean, private companies have been focusing on this point for the past few years, and I'm happy actually to observe that the same trend has been starting in governmental sectors as well. And lots of government departments and lots of ministries, they have been actually taking the initiative of enhancing the quality of the leaders to be, the youth, in sort of giving them the skills they require to become more influential. Yes.
Recently, there has been a special focus on youth and women in particular. And after the June 30th revolution, there has been a lot of talk about preparing women and youth for the future and for them to take decision-making positions and to be in the parliament, be there and voice the concerns of the people in the parliament. And of course, we have so many calibers. We have good qualified people. We have people who have been there and who have suffered from problems, and they know exactly the problems of their country, but the problem remains how to deliver the message, how to talk to the people. And here comes the role of people like you, as you said, equipping people in order to have the special skills in order to become leaders. So I think that we need people like you now in order to prepare women and youth for the parliament, for decision-making positions in the upcoming period.
Yes, let me say actually that at one point in time, I was being selected to attend a scholarship program that was jointly arranged by the American University in Cairo and the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School of Business, which is also one of the most reputable business institutions in the world. And actually through this program, we have come in contact with several business entrepreneurs, ladies, business ladies, or even, I would say, women who are in the process of opening their own businesses. And as you said, actually, during the course of, it was a coursework that sort of extended for almost 6 weeks. The essential point was that, true, we need to enhance skills and we need to focus on certain skills that would actually be able to carry us on in terms of penetrating the market, in terms of improving and generating more business revenues at individual level. And as you said, there would be actually so many skills that would be required. Like what we actually work on enhancing is, for example, the communication skills. How can business ladies, entrepreneurs, be able to communicate their needs, become more assertive in terms of their day-to-day life, or even the ability to negotiate and to be able to settle for better payment terms, terms and conditions, in terms of, for example, if they have to negotiate with banks or financial institutions to apply for loans or to apply for facilities. So for sure, as you said, these skills become an immediate need. And when we talk about these skills, there has been an immense need for these skills recently. Like, for example, how to open a business, how to be able to read an income statement or a balance sheet, or even how to make sure that I'm streamlining the operation in my business. Am I using
business, but it also applies in politics as well.
Exactly, exactly. It definitely applies at all levels, and especially I think the need has emerged during the Egypt's economy development conference, which was a huge success.
Yes. There was a huge participation in the conference, and that resulted in vibes or positive energy felt by everyone. Do you think that we can utilize, since you are an expert in this field, we can utilize this positive energy in order to create more leaders and generate more businesses?
Well, actually, this conference, I would say that it has touched me at a personal level.
I remember all of us.
Yes, yes, definitely. Actually, over the course, during the conference, I was actually glued to my TV set, watching how Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was actually quite inspirational to everyone. It started actually, if we look at it, it started even before the conference. With the inauguration of the Suez Canal project, with the planning of the conference, which actually came at this point in time. The idea of actually having a new capital Cairo, or basically a new capital project. The idea of involving the youth in the organization of this major event and the way it actually came out to be. It generated, I should say, immense human synergy, which I think we needed at this point in time, which I feel will stay for the time being and will stay for actually the next few years. We needed actually to sort of get together around a vision And I think Mr. President, he presented this vision being an inspirational leadership model for everyone. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay, you're an ex-banker, so do you think that it's an easy world, the world of finance and business? Is it easy for women, especially in a society like ours here in Egypt, to get into this world and actually succeed in it?
Okay, actually this is a very interesting question, because at some point in time, actually during my career, I was one of the founders of one of the major, I would say, ladies branch, the first ladies branch across the Arab world for a major financial institution. And it was interesting because actually we came up with, I would say, banking products and services that were tailored specifically to business entrepreneurs. That was back early 2000s. And I would say that at that point in time, the idea was still prime. We didn't really see much of, I would say, contribution, or maybe it was still a very new idea. But recently, well, if we talk about, I mean, for the last 15 years, or yeah, 15 years, well, there has been actually an immense development, progress. And now actually ladies are more and more into understanding and knowing what is the best option when we talk about getting financial, or maybe, I mean, facilities, banking credit facilities, definitely. There has been change. I have seen that change happen. And I think it's progressing very well. Actually, for many, even for, I would say that, especially for the recently, for the last maybe couple or 3 years, we have seen actually a growing trend in business ladies or entrepreneurs actually who are opening new businesses. Okay. Yeah.
There is a lot of contribution by women when it comes to small and medium enterprises known as SMEs, and they contribute to the economy, but there are some problems that face those women when it comes to taking loans and so on and so forth, especially if they are depending on handmade products. How do you see this?
Okay, well, I think usually, well, okay, from what I have seen all through so many years working in this area specifically, as a, I would say, as a banking credit officer, well, usually the first question that comes to these entrepreneurs' minds is, how will I get, or what is really the best mode of financing that I should seek? But I don't think really that should be the question. The question is, do I understand, or do I sort of know what are the full option of having what are the different banking options that are available, I mean, in terms of getting finance? Do I really know how to streamline my business? Do I know how to make use of the best resources? Like, I'll tell you actually, working in the area of personal development for so many years, let me tell you that there are so many skills that an entrepreneur, business entrepreneurs, they need to incorporate in their day-to-day business lives. Like, for example, how do I make sure that I'm utilizing my time effectively? Yes. Am I acquiring new skills? Am I selecting the right people? So all these questions.
Am I promoting my products?
Exactly, exactly. And above all, to what extent am I exhibiting the qualities of being influential, of being leaders? So I think this is really what makes a difference. I think that once an entrepreneur is fully equipped, she possesses the skills, she possesses the know-how and the knowledge, it shouldn't be a problem actually, knowing that what exactly is being required to seek the financial channels. Also, at some point in time, it is important to be able, for example, to construct a balance sheet, or to know, for example, how to read the figures, a cash flow statement or an income statement. So I think these are all points that are essential. Another point, for example, how to make what they call the pitch. You know, like, how do you summarize your business in a matter of 7 seconds when someone, for example, requests you to tell or to talk about your business. So all these points, they make a difference.
But perhaps for people who have not received education, that would be difficult for them. Although they could be talented, they could know everything about figures and money and everything, but they don't know how to represent themselves properly?
Yes. Well, I think that it is quite essential to actually to read more, to work on self-development, to work on, for example, specifically presentation skills, communication skills. Reading specifically more about these topics will make an immense, a huge difference when we talk about the quality of sort of influencing your people, and also in a way convincing bankers to lend us as business owners.
Okay. Well, it has been an interesting topic to talk about. Thank you very much, Mrs. Nesreen Nasr El Deen, independent management consultant and trainer. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you so much. Let me thank you for actually sharing with me your thoughts, and for giving me the opportunity to appear in this special edition. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us in this edition of Women's World. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you, of course.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everyone. We'll be meeting you again next week, same time. Till then, it's goodbye.